welcome back to another video. Today I want to show you the Flamma FG200, a portable multi-effects pedal with a weather minimalistic approach. It comes with 7 effect modules, a built-in battery and the option to connect it to an app via Bluetooth for additional editing features. So in this video I will show you some sounds with this pedal, the whole user interface, the app, and in general all the important features of this pedal. And at the end of the video you can decide for yourself if this is something for you or not. Now let me show you a few different factory sound presets from this pedal so you get a little overview of how this pedal sounds. I've connected the pedal directly into my DAW, so there's no amp or anything else involved. Alright, so let's take a closer look at the Flamma FG200. First of all, my connections are very simple. I only have the guitar input and the output, which goes directly into my audio interface, and that's how I recorded all the sounds. No power supply, because as I mentioned before, this unit has a built-in battery and you can charge it via USB. I will show you the connections in a second. But first of all, we look at the top. And as you can see, we have 4 foot switches, and with these foot switches you can change between the presets, and you can also see, depending on which preset I am, the light of this LED bar is glowing, which is pretty cool because you can also see it very well from a distance. And then of course you have these little knobs, and these are for the 7 effect blocks or effect modules, and each module has a different color. From left to right we have a master control, which is with a white LED. Then we have a level and reverb control in purple, and this means with this one you can change the type of reverb, and with the level control you can set the level of the reverb. Then we have blue, delay, and with the left one you have access to the delay time, and with the right one you can choose different kinds of delays. And as you can see, if you turn the knobs, the light starts to flash, and this means that you changed the settings of the preset. But when I switch to a different preset and then go back, it stops flashing. Okay, next one is the modulation part. It's glowing orange, but at the moment there's no modulation in those presets, but I will show you in a minute. The color, it's orange as I said, and we have rate and modulation, and this is again for the modulation type, and with this you set the rate. And then the red part is all for the amp section, so you can change the cabinet, you have the volume, then you have bass, middle, treble, gain, and the amp type. So this is what you can adjust here. Then you have the green section, which is the boost, and then you have another white section here, which is the noise gate. So it's pretty simple, as you can see, but I have to say, if you really want to change settings on those presets, it's better to use the app, which I will show you in a minute. But if you want to make slight changes on, let's say, the amp settings, adding some treble or mids or whatever, this of course works perfectly fine. But if you want to go more in depth and want to have a better overview, then of course you should use the app. Okay, now back to the foot switches. This is the preset mode. So you switch between presets. You have 4 presets in one bank. And if you want to go one bank up or one bank down, you just press A and B together for one bank down, and then press one of the 4 presets, and then you're in bank 8. And if you want to go one bank up, you just press C and D together and then choose whatever preset you want to go to. Oh, that was too slow. So you need to do it in the time while it's flashing. So now I'm back in bank 9, preset C. And as you could see in the previous preset, I forgot to tell, in this bank we have the orange light of the modulation. That's how it looks like. Okay, let's go back to bank 9. Let's take preset C. Okay, this is, as I said, the preset mode, but you also have a live mode. If you press B and C together, then you are in the live mode. And this means you are within one preset, and now you can turn on and off individual effect blocks. And this means foot switch A is for reverb on and off, foot switch B is for delay on and off, then foot switch C is for modulation on and off, and then foot switch D is for boost on and off. And you can also see the colors are now also representing the effect modules. That means this is the orange light for modulation, blue light for delay, the purple light for reverb, and so on. So in my opinion, this is a really nice solution with those LED lights. And yeah, that's how the live mode works. Okay, let me show you how this sounds when I turn certain effect blocks on and off in this preset. Some weird settings in this modulation effect. Turn that off again, and we have the boost. Yeah, it works flawless, and it's pretty self-explaining, which I think is great. So it's very easy to get used to these functions. Then what else we have? We have a built-in tuner if we press A and B together and hold it. So now we have a tuner. Yeah, in this case only the display is working. I thought actually the LEDs do something, but these are very simple LEDs, so they cannot move or whatever. So the display is showing you if you're in tune or not. Okay, if you press this again, you are back. And then another cool feature which is accessible with the foot switches is a drum computer. If you press and hold B and C, then you got a little drum machine function here, which is really nice. So you can see the LED flashing here, which is the BPM, the tempo, and you can tap it in with this foot switch. You can start the drums with this one and also stop it. And with A and B you can change the drum beat. I don't know how many you have, but more on that in the app section. But yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, so if you want to use this as a practice tool, this is a really, really cool feature. And I have to say it's very intuitive. Okay, if you want to go back, simply press these two again. And that's basically it with the functions. And you can see on the text here all these features. Like I didn't check the manual once for this, so it's very easy and you have all the information here on the pedal itself. Okay, now before I forgot, the connections, and there aren't many, so we just have an input, an output, and headphone, which is really cool, so you can use this for practicing, and also USB-C, and you can charge it via USB-C, and you can also use this to connect this to your smartphone or to your computer or whatever. So you can use this as an audio source, like you can connect this to your iPhone, for example, via USB-C, and then you can use the camera app to record your guitar sound coming from this unit, which is a really cool feature. And then, of course, on and off switch, and that's it. They say the battery lasts for up to 6 hours. So this is a decent time, so you can easily play a gig or go through a rehearsal. So now let me show the app, because there it gets very interesting. I told you before, I would always prefer to set the tones on this device with the app because it's much, much easier and more convenient. So you simply search for the device when it's turned on, and then it's connecting and loading. All right, and then I'm already in the preset 9C. And as you can see, if there's an L, it means live, and if it's a P, it means preset. But let's stay in the live mode. And as you can see, we have the noise gate, we have the boost, we have the amp section, we have the cabinet, modulation, delay, and reverb. And it's super simple, like it's very, very simple. And if you need to adjust something, you can see it's very self-explaining. So let's adjust the modulation, for example, because I didn't like that at all in this preset. Let's turn the delay off and let's check the modulation part. It says this is a step phaser. I don't like that. I want something else. Let's take a flanger and we'll see what this sounds like. Or let's try a normal phaser. I think that's better. as you can see, it's super simple. There are also not many controls for each effect block. Like just on the amp section, you have many more options. Let's try some different amps just to show you what is available. There's a lot. Some Fender-like amps, and then here's some Marshalls. Yeah, you have the standard amps which you have in most of the Multi FX pedals, like nothing special. And it's always cool that you get reminded that you have changed something on the preset with these flashing lights. Yeah, let's go back. You can see you can simply change the amps, and now let's go back to preset mode and just change the preset once and go back to live mode. So we have the old amp back in the preset. And yeah, of course you can set different cabinets, and you can also load your own impulse responses, which is always a great thing. And if you tap the pedal icon, you turn those effect modules on and off, which is cool. And yeah, what else we have? We have delay, tape delay, digital, analog, wheel echo, and modulation. Let's take modulation. Yes, and what else? Reverb. It's very simple. You have the basic stuff, which is more than enough for most of the things. Let's take some plate reverb. Yeah, it's really nice. I like it because it's super simple and self-explaining. Yeah, what else we have? You can see the battery status of this unit down here on the bottom right. And then you have some tools. And there you have the drum computer, and you can start it from here. That's really cool. And you can change the type here. And you can actually see what type of genre it is. So it's also much more convenient than doing it all on the pedal. And you also have the tuner. So you activate it here with the phone, and it's muted automatically, and you can tune the guitar also through the display of your phone. And then, of course, if you want to save presets, you can do it here. You can call it however you want. And yeah, it's super self-explaining, and you can also share the presets as far as I know. And you have settings, which is also interesting because you can turn off the cab simulation if you want to go into a power amp, but you could also turn off the amp. Yeah, that's also possible. So if you want to go into an actual amplifier, into the input, and just want to use, I don't know, the effects or whatever. Yeah, and you have some other settings. Oh, you can also change the LEDs. That means if you are in preset mode, yes, you can change the color of the LEDs, and you can set the brightness as well. That's nice. Yeah, that's cool. Like, it's very simple. Like, there are not much settings, but everything you need, in my opinion. So I'm very impressed with this little portable, compact Multi FX pedal. The Flamma FG200 really has some super impressive and useful features, all packed into a very portable and easy to use device. The effects quality is decent in my opinion, especially at this price point. Some of the pre-installed factory presets are great and some of them are okay, but they definitely give you a perfect starting point to create your own sounds. I think the point where this pedal really shines is its portability and also its compact design. It is great that you can use it without any external power supply and that you can easily connect it to your smartphone to record video or audio. I also like that the amount of built-in effects and effect types isn't overwhelming. And like I said before, the quality is definitely solid. What I really like is the app, because it works flawlessly, it is very simple and super intuitive. So everything is very self-explanatory and not complicated at all. The built-in drum machine is also a super useful addition and truly a lot of fun, especially if you are using this device mainly as a practicing tool. Now, one downside that comes with this compact format is that it's not super easy to create and edit presets directly on the unit. I mean, it is kind of possible if you just want to adjust some simple things, but of course it's much more convenient to do it through the smartphone app. And there you also got the full amount of parameters for each of the effect modules. And one thing I wish this pedal had is a built-in looper. That would really make the practice features complete. But aside from that, I honestly can't complain about anything on this pedal. So overall, I'm truly impressed and I had a lot of fun testing it. So if you're looking for something that sounds good, is affordable, compact and portable, then this multi-effects pedal from Flamma, the FG200, is definitely a great choice. You can find the link to the FG200 down in the video description, so make sure to check it out if you are interested. There you can of course also find the current pricing. And there's also a link to the guitar that I use, the Ibanez SRG460DX. So if you are interested in this guitar, you can check it out as well. Now I'm very interested to know what you think about this pedal. Let me know your opinion down in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel if you are new here, so that we can see each other in the next video.